Отлично. Всем доброго времени суток. Мы продолжаем проходить Vampyr. Так. Все у нас нормально. Все у нас нормально. Да. Что-то на игру не переключается. Отлично. Не знаю, что-то меня тянет играть в Vampyr. Прям так же, как и тянуло играть в Ryzen 3 и 2. Может быть, я любитель плохих игр? Не знаю, но Vampyr не назовешь плохой игрой. Так. Нудный, может быть, да. Но плохой нет. А еще я знаю, что мне надо как-то кадеин этот самый собирать. Только вот беда. Я не знаю, где его брать. Так, давайте посмотрим, что у нас по заданиям. По заданиям у меня все на удивление хорошо, поэтому надо идти по сюжетному заданию.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Blackwall. Тут же можно состояние района, да? Это Blackwall? Или это? Whitechapel, порт. В порту я еще не всех увидел. О! Итак, крови не полно. Смысла так особого и нет. Сбегаем туда. В принципе, мне... Давайте посмотрим, что это такое. Скали. Найдем людей, которым нужна помощь. Наверное, этому тоже нужно. Чувачок. Вау! Парировать их нереально. медикаменты всякие падают. Это здорово. То есть тут, в принципе, можно фармить. Этого защита от тьмы. Отлично. Что у нас тут? Ничего не видно. Я не представляю, как это все дело на стриме выглядит. Опа. Ликвидируйте паразитов. Никого не щадить, никого не оправдывать, никого не прощать. Вот простые правила, которыми нужно руководствоваться, когда имеешь дело со скалями. Если увидел скаля, убей его. Если подозреваешь, что какой-то вампир создает скали, немедленно сообщи об этом Фергалу Банше и мне. Или Фергалу. Скали представляют угрозу для нас. Эти отвратительные существа не способны контролировать свой голод и примитивные инстинкты. Казнь скаля может отложить лишь если он обладает ценными сведениями. А это вообще странно, потому что скали, они же безумные, типа. В остальных случаях следует очищать Лондон от этих мерзких паразитов. Закон Аскалона. Лорд Редгрейв, основатель клуба. Единственное, что мне не нравится в Unreal Engine, это то, что он немножко мутноватый. То есть картинка здоровская, классная, но мутноватенько. Какие бы у тебя текстуры крутые не были и так далее. От этой мутности никуда не... О, здравствуйте! Ой! Это я прикольно лечусь. Опять ничего не видно. Выходим отсюда. На улицу там не надо. Воу. Здравствуйте. Ай-яй-яй. Ой-ой-ой. Так. бы отсеяться. Вообще есть очень простой способ их убивать. Эти парни очень слабы к магии. Таблетки 5 шиллингов? Да, 5 шиллингов.
This is Braille.
О!
I need
О!
someone who can read this.
Нечитабельный текст, написанный шрифтом Брайля, латиницей, набрано только название средства от слепоты. Это здорово. Я так понимаю, это какой-то collectibles.
I cannot enter.
Где я вообще нахожусь? Ага. Возможно, мы находимся снизу от убежища своего. То есть, да, нет. Над нами это наше убежище. Не-не-не-не-не. Не-не-не. Где-то бегает.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Чувак, ну. Так, где-то тут еще бегает. Я слышу тебя. Неважно. Oh yeah. Так. Ну, в принципе, что мы тут делать-то можем? Ничего, пошли отсюда. С той стороны я уже был. Был же? Ну да, там убежище, там охотники, да. Все это мы знаем. Так как я не спал, ничего здесь нового не появилось. Не должно появиться.
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
Подожди, а я не мог сестру сделать вампиром? Ну, мы же не знаем, как они... А, нужно, чтобы жертва испила кровь. Так. Но я вроде как кровь и не пил. Вроде. А, точно. Получается, нам на самый верх.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
Так.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place.
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
То есть взрывать не будут, да?
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
По ней видно, вот вампир.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
Ну, мы пытаемся.
I'm learning. Every night is a new lesson. What I am, what I must do to survive. But my sister, she shouldn't have suffered because of my weakness.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
Ну, может быть, вы и правы. Ну, на самом деле, погоревали и хватит. Да, действительно, очень печально, но надо как-то жить дальше.
You may be right.
Of course. I've stared upon this world for centuries, and time has taught me to deal with guilt, if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
Какой у него плащ, я только сейчас обратил внимание. Интересный. Ну, вроде там никого нет. Живу вам. Подожди. О да, я тут был. И тут тоже, по идее, никого не должно быть.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood. blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ух.
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon.
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
Мамке своей этой скажи.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Ох. Вот это ты выбрал мишень, чувак. Мне понравилось, как он в меня стрелял. Как-то отсюда. Так, похоже, этого святоши, который там меня чуть не убил, уже нет. Ну ладно. Ну, сюда. То есть он боится крестов.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
Это очень личное.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
Ее убили, будем честны. Хотя, я не знаю, оправдание или это. Ну, типа несчастный случай. Но это нифига не несчастный случай, чувак, ты...
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
Я виноват.
I feel responsible. The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your poor sister?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Ну,
There. I confessed to that vicar.
Сонди.
Do I feel better? Only time will tell.
Кстати, больные вылечились. Очень здорово.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay.
Так, ну-ка, ну-ка, ну-ка. А это...
It's of mine.
Все время путаю. Тяжелая... А, подожди, это... Whitechapel? Ну, Whitechapel. Бум, бум, восстановление, мигрень. Средства от мигрени. Есть у меня или нет? Бронхит. Так, ну-ка. Так, а где у меня всякие штуки? Бронхит. Так. Бронхит, бронхит, бронхит. А, это тот парень, который... Парень. Старикашка, который нам дверь открывал. Ладно. Это где-то...
It's not my
не
call,
тут.
Barrett. You paid one way or another. Please, Joe. How long have we known each other?
Вот тут. Да. Да-да-да-да-да. Вот он.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in. Yes?
Do you need some help?
I am very tired, but
Well, I think you do.
free drugs from an English doctor.
Goodbye, Mr.
Но мне все еще требуется куча лекарств.
Mr. Bates.
Evening.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane?
Not really.
A man such as yourself, knee-deep in the muck of Whitechapel, must know more. Speak now.
Yeah, thanks to Nurse Crane's dedication, these foreigners keep coming to Whitechapel, and my lodgings welcome all.
So business is booming.
More than ever. Hope Nurse Crane's dispensary does nothing but flourish. More money in my pocket in the end.
Why am I not convinced?
Maybe it's because you lack faith.
Goodbye.
Так, ладненько, пошли. Куда мне идти-то надо? Что у нее поторгуемся?
Good evening.
I'd like to see...
Так, сколько у меня денег вообще? 703.
The Swanborough cordial convenient answer.
Пока что у меня с кадеином проблемы. Интересно, в этот район я могу пройти?
It's locked, all right.
Ладно, понятно.
This is despicable.
Ужасно.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
А тут нельзя перемещаться вот так. О. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не, ребят, не. Успокойся. А, погоди. Ребят, давайте не будем паровозы водить. Помнится, был мощный монстр. О, вот он пришел. Ого. Еще один свет. Что ты со мной пойдешь, чувак? So much loot.
Die first!
Мне вообще опыт идет? За вот это вот все.
The beast must die.
Еще? Ага, еще. Отлично. Так, временная неуязвимость. Вот это вот странно, что он делает? Где тут еще трупы валялись? Окей.
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth.
You. I remember you.
Кто это?
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
You selected me, chose me.
As shall my children yet to come.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave.
Правильно.
So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
Ну, сомневаюсь, что это какой-то дух был.
It's locked, all right.
All right.
It's locked, all right.
Так, что у нас по квестам? Все завершено, да? Стопе. Нифига не завершено. Только я не вижу, где это расследование проводится. Крылья преступного мира, прямой спросил, готов ли запретить и проникнуть в запретную зону Саутуарке. Ой, она хочет, чтобы я отругал каких-то могильщиков, которые не отправили ей еженедельную долю добычи, украденную у мертвецов. Может быть, пойти туда и объяснить преступникам, что они поступают очень-очень плохо. Это доки, порт, да? Но в порту ничего нету. Может, стоит наведаться? Да, давайте наведаемся, как только к доктору сходим.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Они похожи.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
Так чё ж ты удивляешься? У тебя больница открыта, как просто друшлаг. Ты видел, сколько у тебя входов-выходов там? И они все открыты. Ну, чё ты... Надо репутацию восстанавливать, да.
Cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Ну, да, далеко от истины. Ну, а что мне остается? Конечно, будет защищать всех.
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCallum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this. Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Именно туда я и пойду.
What on earth happened here?
Да, я так это и подумал, что старушку тут разворотили.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening.
Can you tell me anything about recent events at the hospital?
Before the shouts and the noises, I think I heard whispers coming from the stairs. 2 voices, maybe more.
Did you recognize the voices? What did they say?
I couldn't hear. Sounded like they were arguing or something.
Goodbye for now.
Так, у вампирши надо спросить, она точно все видела, все помнит.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
What can you tell me about the recent events in the hospital?
That Mr. Hampton killed Miss Jones in her room, then ran away.
And did you see all this?
No. I was working by the tents when it all happened. I only entered the room when they asked me to clean up the blood.
Where is Miss Jones's body?
I don't know. I'd imagine the morgue. It all happened so quickly.
Следовало в морг пойти.
Did you see Sean Hampton leave the hospital?
I think I saw a silhouette exiting the hospital gates after the shouting started. At first I thought it was someone who was just scared, but... well, maybe it was him?
Goodbye, nurse. Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor.
Is there anything you can tell me about the recent commotion here?
Many things can happen under cover of night, Dr. Reed. But I took no part in this massacre.
But did you see or hear anything?
I can't say I did. But the smell of fresh blood almost made me faint, Doctor.
Да.
I'll
leave you alone. Так. А я надеялся на тебя.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Такая милашка.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Everybody's afraid. Death has always been a frequent visitor. But murder? How can we cope with that? Yeah. Until it's my turn to have blood spread all over the walls. I entered the room first, Dr. Reed. I've seen what that monster did to the woman.
Goodbye.
Но никто его не видел, собственно. Длинное письмо. Так, как я могу его... Ага. О! Я не буду это читать.
Good evening, Nurse.
Good evening.
Pepper, are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream. But in the end, I don't feel that useful. I want more. I want to make things change.
You should be proud of what you've achieved. This hospital represents hope for many people in need of help.
Maybe you're right. But at the moment, I feel like we're just a cemetery waiting room.
What steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I don't know yet. My sister believes that the real fight is in the streets nowadays. Maybe she's right. Maybe this is what I must do.
Она точно смотрит на меня. Или на тебя.
And what about Milton Hooks? Does he share your point of view?
For Milton, any change means more comfort and more peace. I disagree.
If you feel that saving lives is not useful enough...
On the contrary, my faith has never been stronger. Maybe we are all just too proud to face up to the fact that...
Goodbye, nurse.
Вампирша у нас... Что-то взять можно было? Ладно.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
Can you tell me anything about the recent commotion in the hospital?
I'm sure it was not your fault, Dr. Reed.
My fault? What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. It's just... I heard it was you who brought the murderer inside our walls. But you couldn't know, could you?
Ну, это да.
Goodbye.
Хорошо, что тут здравомыслящие есть еще. Это стрёмный парень.
Good evening, doctor.
Не хотел я с тобой общаться. Ладно, все, не будем беседовать со всеми. А в морг, конечно, можно было бы зайти, но стоит ли оно того? О! На несколько метров отходишь, и они становятся как модельки из GTA какой-нибудь Vice City. Ладно, давайте зайдем в морг. Еще резину тянем. Недалеко. Старый морг, состояние здоровое. А тут вообще кто-то есть? Глупый вопрос. Ой, что я переусердствовал. Подсказывает, что я сюда зря зашел. Ну, хотя бы пофармили. Капец. Морг просто переполнен всякой нечистью. И самое главное, она сюда заходит, заползает как-то. Так, ну раз нет, так не... Ты откуда тут взялся? Скали. Ну, что такое? Особенного тут нету. О. Так. Погнали в порт. Порт, конечно, порт. И нашу вампиршу спросим. Нашу знакомую вампиршу. Что она что-то видела?
Oh, Jonathan, I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman, butchered by some savage scowl.
Видите, разделить с вами трапезу.
Everything dies. Or should.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent. For there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
Он был огромным, да.
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
Но мне кажется, мне с ними придется встретиться.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? A hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Вот это интересно, да, если будет это какое-то научное обоснование вот этого вот всего.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Have you embraced this woman, like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life, unless they ask.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon.
Ну, она симпатичная, стоит признать.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Карлик черный.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Someone killed Miss Jones in her room, and Mr. Hampton's gone missing. Doesn't take a genius to...
You don't seem shocked by any of this.
Why should I be? Whoever did this must be locked.
I'd like...
Wise chop.
Нет, мне ничего не... погоди-ка.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Do you know that Nurse Hawkins is thinking of leaving the hospital?
That's not a surprise. We've talked about it already.
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right. We should run away while we can. Question is, where can we go? Where is it safe?
Это хороший вопрос.
Goodbye.
Так, погодите-ка. А вон и тело, да. Тело стоит. Вампирша? Думал, что в морге.
Can you tell me anything about the recent commotion?
It's a tragedy, pure and simple. The hospital is meant to be a safe haven to all. We failed the people.
Do you think I should not have brought Mr. Hampton back here?
It's not your fault. You rescued that poor soul. It was the Christian thing to do. But we should have noticed his instability.
Это да.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Погнали. Порт. Тут еще, кстати, тип должен быть. Головная боль. Вот, я с ним бы хотел поговорить вот этим. Вот, неизвестным парнем.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed of the Pembroke Hospital. May I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed. So it's you who saved my friend Oswald. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
And you are?
Newton Blight. Oswald and I recently returned from the war.
Уходите отсюда.
Why do you stay here now that Mr. Thatcher's back?
It's complicated. Since the war, Oswald's been really nervous with the idea of entering any hospital. And me, I've got my own issues.
Can you speak about them?
Rats, sir. Even seeing one, they turn me. Just want to run. It's that fear that stopped me from going after Oswald when he left.
Поверь, крысы для тебя не будут проблемой. Я об этом позабочусь.
You are always welcome at the Pembroke Hospital. As a former officer, I'll be honored to welcome a fellow veteran.
I'm not giving up on bringing Oswald back to the hospital. I just need to convince him that he needs some help.
Perhaps he needs to reach that decision by himself.
Could you speak to him? He doesn't usually listen to doctors, but perhaps because you've been through it, you can talk him round.
What can you tell me about the war, Mr. Blight? If you want to speak about it.
War was... Well, you know, sir. The stench of death everywhere. Your mates lying bleeding in the mud. Just praying to make it through and get home. Bloody nightmare.
Did you know Oswald Thatcher before the...
No. We met in the battlefield. I think we're in...
I fought in France, too.
Yeah. The first time I was wounded, I had to protect the infirmary from hostiles. Twice.
What caused your phobia of rats, Newton?
It happened last year following an artillery attack. I was trapped for 2 days in a hole under 2 dead soldiers. And there were rats.
Go on.
It started eating me as soon as I dozed. Gnawing at my ears, my fingers, lips. I couldn't move. Couldn't call for help.
I see.
No, you don't. You have no idea what it is to wake up buried under bodies. Fucking vermin eating your flesh. Oswald. He found me and saved me.
Да, страшно.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of you.
Погоди.
Hello again, Mr. Blight.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
No thanks, sir. Unless you're able to get rid of every rat in London.
Я их съем.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight.
Так, головная боль. У меня что-то
Hello again,
головной
Mr.
боли
Thatcher.
есть.
Do you feel any better now?
Yes, this neighborhood may stink of dog shit and reek of piss, but to me it smells like the purest mountain air.
Do you want to talk about why you have this fear of being enclosed, Mr. Thatcher?
No, I really don't.
An irrational fear like yours is usually rooted in a specific event. Perhaps it would help to talk about it.
Well, Doctor, take a guess then if you're so interested in my case.
Perhaps you were trapped or locked in somewhere as a child. The horror of war could have brought this memory back to the surface.
Are you joking? I grew up on a farm, had a bloody fantastic childhood.
Эх.
Why were you locked in that sewer?
I went by the canal after an argument with a friend. Got chased by these fucking wankers and had to barricade myself in.
Why did you run?
Newton wanted me to go to a hospital, but I can't stand being closed in. Makes me feel like I'm suffocating.
Tell me about your claustrophobia.
That's what the bloody doctor said, but I don't want to go to a hospital.
Oswald, why did you not go to the Pembroke Hospital to seek medical help?
I don't trust doctors. All they care about was their careers and processes. I won't be locked in any room again by anyone.
Your fear of being trapped is not going to go away by itself. You need professional help.
I've seen enough butchers in white coats to last a lifetime. Hospitals reek of chemicals and death. What I need is fresh air.
Come on.
Mr. Thatcher.
No. Since I came back from the war, I spent most of my time and energy just trying to forget.
I understand what you mean.
No. Nobody can truly understand what I've gone through.
Do you need medical attention?
Don't get me wrong.
I'm certain you have your reasons. But let me assure you, I'm not like other doctors you may have consulted with.
It is true. You risked your life to save me after...
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher.
Ладно, надо подниматься идти. Как же далеко.
It seems the Priwen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more careful.
Fear no evil. We do the Lord's work here.
Что ты еще?
Sorry, sir, no admittance. Step away, sir.
Удивительно вообще. Ёперный театр.
This is no place for you, sir.
Да я понял. Не стреляй, пожалуйста. Тут столько народу. А-а-а!
Leech spotted! Watch out!
Ау! Побить! Отлично.
Finish it! I'll send you to hell! Leech!
Фух. Кто это мне там шлет? О, Господи. Вот я все это время, да, убиваю кучу народу, и у меня всего лишь 2250 опыта. Я бы, в принципе, мог загрызть какого-нибудь человечка. И на этом все.
See them fancy clothes? Let's see how it likes a bit of fire.
Все бы у меня было шоколадно. Так, ну-ка, смотрим. Ту-ду-ту-ду-ду-ду. Там уже стражи нет. Так. Так, то есть я... Ладно. Ой, это что там такое?
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
A vampire? Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth, claws, murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady. Good evening, sir.
Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton.
Так, я вернулся.
Vampire hunter extraordinary.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour, but I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his
Да,
faith.
это очень странно.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
Do you need my medical attention, sir?
I appreciate your concern, but I'm perfectly fine, thank you.
Окей.
Goodbye. And good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
Пойдем к бармену.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do.
You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. That would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm all right, Dr. Reed.
Sabrina seems very fond of you, Tom.
I like her too. I really do. I know I'm her boss, and I'm much older and all. But I like her, for sure.
What is bothering you, then?
Sabrina is an angry one. She wears it like a coat. I'm not sure I can make her shed that anger. It hurts to see her like that.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts. Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton.
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted. I don't know if he's back.
Who could tell me then?
About the sad saint.
Surely you must have had dreams and
Sure. I wanted things to change.
Sounds like you were an idealist.
No, sir. I was an anarchist and I believed that exclusive property is a robbery in nature. I wanted a new world to rise from the ashes, Dr. Reed.
Do you really think the world is that bad?
No. I believe we all can choose to make it better. But most of us are too weak, too corrupt and too guilty. I failed for sure, but others will come.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor, make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day. I'll raise my glass.
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution, then?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your idea of peaceful change. I like it a lot.
Goodbye. Evening, miss. I'm much more myself than when we...
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
Так, опять, а шо не поговорим?
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help?
You better ask Tom.
Why not answer?
We respect the privacy of our customers here.
Sabrina, tell me about your true feelings for your boss.
I love Tom. Not ashamed of it. Don't care if the customers joke about it neither.
Who's mocking you?
I mean, we're always together. People will talk, won't they?
Does Tom love you?
Yeah, but he's always reluctant to take it further. It's not because I'm younger, or because of the colour of my skin. He hates jokes about us.
Excuse my curiosity, but where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bothering you? What, my name? Or my complexion?
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth or the color of their skin.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part of town well.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London. And here I am.
Goodbye, Miss Kevin.
Понятно. Есть толком.
Welcome back.
Бум, бум, бум.
Goodbye, Mr.
Никаких новых зацепок. Ну,
Should have offered a drink to the boy.
Значит, доль... А, ну, все верно. И налево, да, он сказал? Ты... Чего ты
It's locked.
такой? Открывай, беги его быстро. А ты кто?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Why must it always be a good evening?
I was just being polite. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you some questions, if I may.
Don't like questions. Or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
Fishburne. Это как Dragonborn.
Any chance you can help me find Sean Hampton?
The sad saint. Why would you talk to that cunt?
Actually, that's confidential.
Really? Well, go ask someone else then. I'm sure Tom Watts will gladly answer.
Том Уотс, видимо, знатный сплетник.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. That's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't treat us.
You seem upset. Is something bothering you?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just wanted to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
Goodbye.
Ожерелье, да? Тут еще есть. Наверное, никого.
Hello, boy.
Hello. Good evening.
Boy?
Did I scare you? You have nothing to fear from me.
No, it's just that people prefer to avoid me.
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
What do you do around here, Rufus?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind enough to spare me a bob.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do and why I do it.
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists. They both feel they should run the docks.
What do you do?
I listen.
Так.
What can you tell me about this region?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But since most people prefer to avoid me, it's pretty easy.
What can you tell?
It's all.
Why do people avoid you?
They call me Rufus the Curse. Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these streets and some people around here. This is my city, for better or worse.
Are you alone? Where is your family?
I don't have any.
So you have no home? You're sleeping rough?
No. I mean, yes. I live on the streets.
Экстремал в такое время.
You should be careful, Rufus. There are things that lurk in the shadows of this city. Things that prey on the lonely and the desperate.
I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost, even if we're not related.
So long, Rufus.
Погоди.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Miss...
Do you know a man who lives in this part of town? I'm
sorry, sir. I don't know a lot of folks around here.
Well, I don't think you should talk to him. He may...
Thanks for the tip. You might want to check the turquoise turtle.
So long.
Меня все кидают туда.
Good evening, Mr. Fishman.
Yeah.
Do you require... I don't...
And is it you?
Goodbye.
Дверка открывается. А я случаем тут не был? Я тут был. Да, я тут. Анемия. И никакого лекарства нет, к сожалению.
I cannot enter.
Окей. Но западные доки совсем отделены от другой части, да? Так, а вот тут, я помню, тут будет босс какой-то.
Seems like the guard of Prewen is on Shorthampton's trail, too.
Die, face! Let's pin it down!
Чувак, то есть тебе пофиг, да?
Burn it, boys! I hate leeches! Die, vermin! Die, leech! Pay for this! Want some of this? Die, vermin! Oh my, vermin! Crush the leech, boys! Bloody monster! Crush the leech, boys! Die, Bernie!
Забавно, потом в течение игры просто рассматриваешь вот этих вот врагов маленьких просто как средство для восполнения своей крови.
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
Скорее рваный, резанный это уже совершенно другое. Ох, ты ж... Так, ладно, надо будет туда сходить.
I have this. First, it's locked.
А я могу...
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Я могу дальше пройти. Тут тоже дверь есть, да? Оп! Ага, там уже совсем другие ребята, да? Ой-ой. Там уже другие ребятки работают, да? 7 против 17 уровня, да? А. Ну что ж, погнали. Хорошо, что тут места много. Есть куда убежать. Я не хотел этого.
Die, beast!
Ну, раз тут такие ребята прошлись, то, по идее, тут должно быть чисто. Хрен там. Чемодан. Гэси, тут водки, что ли, плавает? Отлично. А, вот. Капец слепой. Там что-то, да? Мигало. Все, блин, опять показалось, что-то не увидел. Просто комната. Тихо.
Please, sir. Can't let you through.
Не могу. Капец их там. Записка стражей Привана. Наши разведчики обнаружили в районе доков Ист-Энда некого инхавода Трогмортона. Возможно, вы видели, как он патрулирует окрестности по ночам, утверждая, что он специалист по истреблению вампиров. Этот человек самозванец. Он даже не мошенник, ведь он не берет плату за свою работу. Но при этом понятия не имеет, о чем говорит. Если он предложит вам сотрудничать или провести совместную охоту, откажитесь и отпустите его. В бою с кровососом этот человек не более чем приманка. Надо ему будет эту записку показать. прям сюда. Keep out. По сути, мы вот так вот прошли. Кстати, левитирующие камни. Локация типа босс файт incoming. А нет. Да ладно, тут можно будет поговорить.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton, but I don't have time for men like you.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you as an enemy of the working class.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased your Royal Highness? I'm no snitch, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Да ладно.
You speak of strikes and class enemy. Am I right to assume you're involved in trade union activism?
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big companies.
You lost your job because of your beliefs.
Those bastards really hate a worker who refuses slave wages and unsafe conditions, especially when it's a woman.
Isn't the whole point of trade unions to help workers in need? Why don't they support you?
A few nights back, I lost the money my companions had asked me to hide. With me and my sister being penniless, they thought I stole it.
What really happened?
I drank too much that night. Strange men saw me count the money in that bar. Some sort of militia in uniform. I'm sure they robbed me.
Окей. Будем восстанавливать честь распутной дамы. А, мне не интересно.
Well, I'll leave you for now.
Побегаем. Чувак, ты не живой. Шарим, но спать, отдыхать не будем. Да, тут, в принципе, шариться-то не еще. Пусто. Может, тут найдется что-то. Да? Ну-ка. Так, я там был, да? Да. Ну ладно, пойдем внутрь.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Can I help?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks? Not fishy at all.
And what about you? Working outside at night in this dangerous part of town?
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money. And I'm Lottie Paxton, by the way.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages, I suppose. Why do you want to see him?
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital, but he left abruptly.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man. I'm sure you'll find him soon enough.
Is it not dangerous to work here at night?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble. The sad saint now provides me and my sister a bed and a roof. I don't want to lose that.
What can you tell me about the sad saint?
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton, the sad saint of the East End. He gave me shelter, and he's not always sad.
Do you need my medical attention?
I'm fine, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Miss.
Так, а тебе надо что-нибудь? Сейчас, и еще. Ага, все. Ладно. Пакстон. Пакстон. А, ну да, они однофамильцы, что-то.
I know I promised you I'd make everything right, Mum. But it's not been that.
Еще один труп. Прописанная молитва. Господи, молю тебя за мою дорогую мать Гертруду Пакстон, которая сейчас на небесах и ожидает встречи со своими дочерями. Пока я не... Да. Понял.
Glad to see.
Lottie, tell me about the death of your mother.
Giselle killed her. Plain and simple. She killed her with her daily whims, her laziness, and her complaints.
That's quite a statement. You can't kill someone because you're fickle.
Mother was very ill, but I forgave Giselle. What I couldn't stand was how she cried at her funeral like she was the one left alone.
Простите, Жизель.
Perhaps your sister is not as tough as you are.
I know that, and I don't blame her. It just makes me sad that my own sister is the person I understand the least.
Giselle is the only family you have.
Sometimes words are harder to forget.
Goodbye.
Так, поговорим с сестрой. Блин, куда она уходит?
You again.
Giselle, tell me about the death of your mother.
After our father died, Mother worked so hard she made herself sick. We spent all the money we had on useless drugs and doctors. It was hell.
Hell? What do you mean?
The three of us were exhausted and desperate. And when I'm desperate, I tend to get angry. And I'm hard to live with. Lottie said I killed Mother.
You should talk to your sister.
I don't want to talk about that.
Well...
Шон, вот и ты. Сложены лист бумаги. Боже, прости меня за то, что я... В чем я сейчас признаюсь. Иногда жалею о том, что спас Дайсона Дилейни, когда он упал в канал. Вот что... Вот это... Я это сказал. Так. Самое сложное начало... Здравствуйте.
Why the long face, Doctor?
А, какой же ты красивый.
Is it all that worries you, Sean? My long face? Really?
This is a blessing for me to become a Skal. Immortality gives me more time and energy, if truth be known, to run a shelter. What more could I want?
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Aren't you afraid of what you've become?
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us able to walk amongst the plague and aid those that need it.
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and holy symbols repel you?
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it. But I do not fear the cross, nor am I forced to take the life of another. My kind doesn't share your imperfections.
Вот оно что.
But you must drink blood now to survive.
No, not your scripture. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So saith the Lord. I only need to eat flesh, no blood.
То есть хочешь сказать, тебе и трупы, как бы... Нет, ну это бред какой-то.
Why return here?
This is my home. These people are my flock. You will always find me where I am needed.
Wonders never cease. Skal managing an asylum.
And what of you? A vampire doctor? Meals laid out before you. Yet you restrain?
Ты себя сдерживаешь? Судя по роже, нет.
And what about William Bishop? He tried to take care of you. But this hunger, this thirst, cannot be restrained.
Alas, poor William. He had a good soul, but was weak in spirit. He could not shake the thirst for booze, never mind blood. But have faith. My will is far stronger than his.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
So you claim Miss Jones' death was not by your hand, nor the other incidents at Pembroke?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures. I have nothing but love for all he has made.
Так, возможно, это подстава просто.
But you were close to her.
Of course, but she was lost, separated from the fold. She did not see the hand of the divine in my blessed condition.
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
Я в сомнениях.
I will not look kindly on you if you're trying to trick me.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I'll surrender myself to your judgment.
Что ж, ну, вроде как сознательный и адекватный Скаль. Внезапно, в отличие от других.
I cannot enter.
Старая газета. Бомба взорвалась на рассвете перед оружейным заводом Доусон и Доусон, крупнейшим предприятием района. Но взрывной волной выбило все окна в северном Саутуарке. Это чудо, что погибли только 2 человека, заявил старший суперинтендант Александр Брайтон. Александр Брайтон. Прикольное имя.
It's locked, all right.
All right. Сходим наверх. Нет, я мусорку видел. Жирно зашел. Столько лекарств. Обугленное письмо. Мисс Пакстон, недавно я узнал, что убежище в Хэмптоне уже несколько месяцев и денег поддержки любого рода. И если я не получу от вас положительного ответа, то буду вынужден. Мои парни всегда получают то, смириться с отказом. И если вы дальше будете молчать, мокрые ботинки придут за вами и вашей сестрой. Понятно? Говорим. Андрей, сестра.
Glad to see you again.
Lottie, tell me about the Wet Boot Boys. I know they've threatened you.
Edwina Cox wanted me to provide her with information about Mr. Hampton's resources. I refused.
Is that not dangerous?
Fuck them and their lies. They claim they protect the interests of the neighborhood, but they are just greedy parasites like all the rest.
I understand your fight, but the gangs are no joke. Are you sure you're safe?
I can defend myself. My only concern is about Giselle. I'm not sure my sister is able to fight anymore.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
You
Giselle, I know you sleep at Sean Hampton's shelter. What can you tell me about him?
He provided a roof for me and my sister. I am grateful, of course, but he gives me the creeps.
Why is that?
He's always sad, like he's about to cry. He's always asking us to get closer to God, to give ourselves to the Lord. Creepy.
Это реально крипово, да.
Well, I'll...
И учитывая то, что все вот эти...
It's locked, all right.
Чуваки,
It's locked.
Они не отображаются у меня как живые. Это странно.
The wet boots shouldn't be fighting each other. They've got bigger problems.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance?
Что ты тут делаешь?
You've never faced, let alone killed, a vampire, Ichabod. You're a fraud.
No, I'm not. I may embellish the truth concerning my achievements, but I'm totally dedicated to my quest.
Stop fooling yourself. You've never faced a vampire before. You wouldn't stand a chance.
Well, that's not true, sir. I've already faced one of these creatures.
Oh, really? And you're still alive.
Well, we did not actually fight. I let it go.
What do you mean?
I entered the vampire's den. The stench was terrible. I was ready to kill it. But then I saw it. Just a suffering soul like you and me. I spared her.
Oh.
Tell me about the vampire you spared.
It was... She was a girl. Her body was a mess. I could see pus running from the deep wound. She was crying in pain.
You cared about her. That's what defines us as human, Ichabod.
Yes, but she was a truly evil creature.
I'm haunted by the tragedies she caused ever since I spared her.
Have you heard?
Of course.
Goodbye.
So much noise.
Так. Мне надо вот туда идти, да? Нет. Что-то у меня топографический кретинизм. В общем, надо идти туда, откуда я пришел. Окей.
Go back home, idiots!
Иду.
This could be the public house Giselle Paxton mentioned. I should investigate further.
Take its head!
Ow! Какое подкрепление? Успокойтесь, ребят.
Giselle's stolen money. Everyone has some unethical ways of financing their war.
Так, нам вниз, да?
We cannot be defeated!
Он не кровь выжигает.
Go back to the hell that spawned you.
Да беги! Капец, эта срань далеко бьет.
Away with you! Back, demon! Back!
Блин, все просаживается, выносливость, кровь, вот этот имбалансный противник. Может его... Нет, 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 нет! Что он... Парирование. Просто от какой-то...
God walks with me!
Фу. Это просто гребаный ад! Как написал? Ой, писал. Говорил один из чуваков в Battlefield. Канализации все стабильно. Что-то я чувствую, что я как раз найду эту городскую легенду, о которой все говорят в порту, про какого-то зверя.
It's locked.
А это, короче, Вангу, это скайримовский путь назад. Это как Скайрим, Обливия, не помню, по-моему. После боя.
That doesn't work.
Ты возвращаешься к короткому пути на выход.
So that's it. These wheels control the water level.
Ну нам-то ниже надо, да? Я так понимаю. А, стопы. Как раз туда и надо. Сейчас глянем, что у нас тут. Угу. Сейчас я гляну, что тут. Ага. И пойдем туда. Подняться, нет?
That gate should shut properly now.
Отлично. Ага, и ворота открылись. Я думал, вода все-таки уйдет как-то. А, понял. Да. Что? Что-то мне это не нравится. Берегись. Это, по-моему, вообще скаль полежит. Ой-ой-ой. Ой-ой-ой. Просто реки. Камыш. Так, мышки.
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Ну, какая-то очень мощная тварь. Что она делала в больнице? Как она туда попала? Ну, опять же, я говорил ранее. Как туда можно было попасть, но все-таки.
I cannot enter.
Видимо, нам надо жить. Чувак, зачем?
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again! The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally! A touch of lucidity. So learn to respect the laws of Ascalon!
Мамки свои, скажи.
Power you cannot comprehend! Thy neck shall snap like a hare's brittle bones, newborn!
Сюда.
Dare challenge the dictates of Ascalon?
Ау, 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 я хотел оружие сменить, но...
The hand that crushes all!
Ладно, так. Начинаем тактику смотреть. Раз, два, три.
The hand that crushes all!
Ай! Низко был. Ау, тихо. Вообще непонятно. Эта тварь типа закон и порядок почитает. Прихвостник этого скалона сообщества закрытого.
Was singing your name.
О, вот этого не надо, чувак.
You found your death in me.
Не вижу ничего. Ай. Тут... Ай. Ты ж, блин. Крупная дичь. Достижение получено. О мой год. Не, естественно, все предыдущие попытки. Пожалуй, я вытяжу запись.
It's locked.
О, с другой стороны запер. Надо же.
At least one skull escaped Fergal's wrath.
видно, что дальше там будут следы. Глянем, что тут. Кровь везде. Есть какая-то... А, это был просто обход. Да? Так, подожди, я на выход плыву? Куда? Да. Короткий путь. Помойные скали? Здравствуйте.
This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, Vampire. But thank you.
So you're the sewer dog I've been told about. But who are you, really?
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon. But I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
Why was that creature after you?
Fergal is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club. His masters would see us dead or turned into slaves if they had their way.
What the hell was that thing? He wasn't an Ekon or a Scow.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
What of this Ascalon Club?
Vampire Society's elite in the Empire. They make the rules and enforce their judgment upon us whom they see as lessers.
Понятно, но это мы уже знаем.
So was it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
Можно ли ему доверять, спрашивает вампиру другого вампира. Ну что это такое? Он может быть убийцей.
The guard of Pre-One is hunting him. He is suspected of murder.
The Scars have always been hunted by humans and vampires alike. I teach them how to survive against the odds.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you. She is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
Самая дальняя комната. Ну, мы еще успеем туда пройти.
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master.
О,
Eternal gratitude for your
Хозяин.
protection, master.
Хозяин сразу.
Old Bridget says you are one to trust.
Keep your distance, Echo.
Туду, 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 туду. У меня одна ассоциация, когда я слышу это эхо.
Eternal gratitude for your protection, master.
You're spared, enticing.
Так, мне туда, видимо.
Ascalon has stalked us for ages upon ages. We're at your mercy. Will you end us?
Ну, вообще, если этот чувак был такой крутой,
allowed me to wander above some years back. It was unpleasant.
почему Аскалон не может послать за ним, допустим? Это вполне возможно, да? Что, куда пропал наш? Куда пропал наш Верзила? Так, ладно, погнали. О, превосходство эконов. То, что эконы являются самой заметной и многочисленной разновидностью вампиров, не случайно. Эконы – настоящая элита бессмертных, и добавлю я, только они способны оставаться на вершине пищевой пирамиды. Везде, где я побывал, смертными или бессмертными правили только эконы. Эконы – самые человечные, самые умные и самые образованные среди всех вампиров. Поймите меня правильно, я ничего не имею против более экзотических видов, таких как вулкоды, которые, как и мы, обладают даром бессмертия. Вулкоды. Большинство из них способно принести пользу, если четко указывать им цель. Однако у них нет главного качества – способности незаметно растворяться в толпе смертных. Поэтому клуб Аскалон должен принимать в свои ряды только эконов самого благородного происхождения. С тех пор, пока вулкоды подчиняются нашим законам, их в зависимости от обстоятельств можно использовать в качестве боевых псов или гончих. К счастью, наши примитивные дальние родичи по природе своей склонны подчиняться своим хозяинам. Закон Аскалона. Лорд Редгрейв, основатель клуба. Что делает это письмо тут? Я-то думал, тебя уже отправили в морг и так далее. Нет? Вот она, старушка.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor. So full of secrets.
I've so many questions I need to ask you, Harriet. If you would.
I love questions. As for the answers, you may not like them.
Какие у нее бицепсы.
How do you feel?
I can't see. I can't move. My body's burning. I feel as if I'm dying over and over again.
Have you tried to eat or drink something?
People here tried to feed me, but I'm just not hungry. I don't have the strength.
Does the pain ever stop?
It is not pain I feel. It's like I can't stop feeling every inch of my body. But at the same time, each muscle and bone is the wrong place.
Your room. The blood. What brought you to fake your death in such a gruesome fashion?
To see if I would be mourned.
Я вот ни хрена не понял.
Why flee with Sean Hampton?
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see a saint fall to sin. But the coward still won't kill.
Do you take pleasure in causing so much pain and sorrow?
Nobody gave a damn about me. Not a tear shed. Poor Harriet. Always the discarded.
Зачем вообще? Что? Она же, ну, типа, здоровая была, все дела. Чё происходит?
Why did you come here?
And why not? This is where I live now. Leave me be.
Will you respect old Bridget's wishes? Will you obey her?
Bridget is kind. She only needs to keep me fed and I'll be good.
So you desire to stay here?
Yes, I'm with my own kind. Birds of a feather, so to speak. Poor Harriet. Always alone.
Это бред.
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question from me. You answer first.
Very well then. What do you want to know?
Are you like me? Are you also dead?
We are not dead, Harriet. Death no longer pertains to us. We are different.
I like what I am. I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through me.
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it, brought me here instead. But the shadows heard my prayers. The shadows killed that bastard.
Who was that man? The one murdered in the street?
He used to be my landlord. I lived here for many years before falling ill. Oh, he was an awful man. Disgusting and cruel. So cruel.
You sought vengeance by your own hand, and someone else obliged you. Very convenient. Don't lie to me.
I don't lie. I saw him near the docks, and rightly I wished him dead. And I am happy he is. It's true. But I didn't kill him. I was too tired.
Понятно.
Shadows? Tell me what you saw.
The shadows, they heard me and answered. Something in the deep darkness, quick, deadly. It asked me if I wanted revenge. I answered, yes.
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it? Was it a vampire? Did Sean see it?
It spoke only to me, and now it is silent, but it is born of hatred. And it will kill again. And it hates you, Doctor. Oh, it hates you.
What makes you say that?
It whispered your name, Dr. Reed. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me? What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already know. Oh, I'm tired now. Let me rest.
Подожди.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us, spend time with us, and I may be willing to answer more questions.
Why do you live here, amongst the filth and vermin?
Live. Here we hide.
What are you hiding from?
From the guilt, the shame, from the hunters and the light. And of course, our past.
Why don't you leave the city? Hide somewhere far from the guard of Priwen, the Ascalon Club.
We are the Sewer Skulls. This is our domain. We have run as far as we can, and now we hide.
Your diction, your words. You do not carry yourself like most Skulls I've encountered.
True. I'm not like most Skulls.
You were once someone else. What happened to you?
It is as sad as it is long, young Ekon, but it will remain mine.
Can I be of service to you?
We ask but one thing.
Понятно.
For how long have you been in hiding here?
Skulls have been hiding under London since vampires first entered the city.
Where did you hide before the sewers?
We claimed ancient tunnels, forgotten caverns, catacombs. We are Skulls, groveling beneath the feet of our makers.
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from everyone else.
I really don't know. I'm not even certain she is a Skull. I've no idea as to what blood made her.
What is a Skull, in fact, in your honest opinion?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave us. I cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You believe it to be stronger than your own?
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark wine that we crave. For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Hampton now.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon. To protect us, I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter. Just follow the arrows.
Thank you, old Bridget. I hope we'll meet again.
Старая Бриджит. Там был шкаф какой-то. Может, я его не... Сходим так. Подожди. Чё, на этой территории тоже можно побегать? Странно.
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question. Don't you know this is a quarantine zone?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating the epidemic. You had better get to a safe place while you still can.
Oh, really? Well, go investigate somewhere else and leave me be.
I beg your pardon?
I said go. Leave me alone, sir.
Странный тип вообще прячется там, где находится скаль.
Sir, you have no idea what could happen to you if you stay here. Why don't you go home?
For fuck's sake. Do I have to punch you in the face to make you disappear?
It's my duty to insist. Death lurks everywhere. I must ask you to go back home.
I'm safe here. Don't you get it? I'm better off risking the flu than catching a bullet. Am I clear enough?
I see. Well, since you are obviously hiding from a threat, don't you have a safer place to go?
Do you think I'm stupid? The Night Asylum, the Turquoise Turtle, even Miss Gillingham's attic. I tried them all. No, This is my only chance.
Загипнотизировать нельзя и вообще.
Sir, you have no idea. It's
Странно идти. Ну, не хочешь, как хочешь.
I cannot enter.
Твое дело, парень. Так, а куда нам надо идти вообще? Так же, как и пришли сюда. Либо тут есть другой проход. А, следуй стрелками. Подожди. Казалось. Так, где тут выход?
It's locked, all right.
Окей, стрелка туда. Идем туда. Стрелка сюда. Идем сюда. Дверь закрыта.
Old Bridget says you are one to trust.
Oh, okay.
We're at your mercy. The vampire hunters will never find us.
I cannot enter.
Так, ладно, добежим до убежища. Там распределим очки. И я думаю, можно завершить стрим.
It's locked, all right.
Ого-го-го. Хорошо, поработал. Мне кажется, я даже знаю, кто.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
This shelter is the tip of the iceberg. You hide your game well, I'll give you that.
We are God's children, Dr. Reed. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
Does this place belong to you? How can you be so certain you can keep it open?
This warehouse was once property of the Dawson family, but has been bequeathed me through donation.
The Dawsons? The wealthiest family in London? Have they a clue as to what goes on here?
Not at all. The donation was made before the war. The building was run down. I never met Aloysius Dawson myself.
So you have the run of the place and no one's taken notice?
As long as we keep to ourselves, we interest no one. This is a haven, and I pray it remains so for eons to come.
What will be the result if you continue to assist both Skulls and the living?
And for the last decade, that's what's been happening. And they found a better life. What's to change?
You're forgetting the epidemic. Things can go south very quickly. I've seen it.
Oh, these are terrible times. Only those pure of heart shall prevail.
Мне кажется, скоро у тебя тут будет очень много скалей.
You've turned Skull now. Don't you see the danger to anyone giving you their trust?
We are all sinners, awaiting salvation. This is a simple truth, ordained by the Lord Almighty. I am a seeker of His glorious light.
Harriet, Miss Jones has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Who is this old Bridget?
I don't know, Doctor. She rarely speaks of her past, but I know she has a long one. She's likely the oldest soul in the city.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Skulls, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of His divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
I will strive to emulate your merciful nature, Sean, but it's a difficult pledge to make.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges. You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
My discoveries. Vampire blood would enhance your metabolism, perhaps even heal you, if what old Bridget says is true. I'll give you some of mine.
I'd rather not. It would be extremely awkward.
You have no choice, Sean. It's the only way to protect your cheptel, those still amongst the living.
No, Dr. Reed. God made me this way. Who am I to disobey His will?
You believe that God's plan was for you to be abandoned at birth.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
I can't imagine God intended for you to be molested by a priest in an orphanage. Drink, friend.
No.
I said kneel and drink. Now.
Пострадает в результате ваших действий? В смысле? Я наоборот... Кстати, ему все эти кресты надо будет убрать. Я его не предупредил, но все же.
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game. I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father. "29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there." Good evening, Mr.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Did you see what happened to him?
Actually, yes. He was thrown from the roof like a vulgar log.
Why is it that you sound...
You didn't see it. He was dead before he hit the ground. The strength required to do such a thing, well, it beggars belief.
Who could have done that?
Who? Well, a vampire, of course. Look, bite marks on the neck and lacerations here. There is definitely a vampire close by.
Goodbye.
Понятно.
You again?
Did you see what just happened?
No, I didn't. And I don't care.
Really? Why is that?
Because this sexist pig is one of the 4 men who blacklisted me. Good riddance.
I've identified the men who stole from you.
I knew it! Did you find the money too?
Yes, here it is. They thought they could finance their activities with it.
I never thought a man like you would be kind enough to... I misjudged you. Badly. Well, thank you, sir.
Will you give the money back to your comrades?
Fuck those bastards who fired me.
I know you were friends with Miss Gillingham's son, Jack. Tell me about his death.
Jack's murder has been a shock to the neighborhood. A sign that the situation is now out of control.
Why is that?
There has always been tension between the Wet Boot Boys and members of the trade union. But a murder? That's a first.
Who killed him?
No one will ever know. One thing is certain.
Why does that upset you?
I wish I had found the time and words to tell him how important he was to me before it was too late. Another failure for Giselle Pax.
Что я думаю насчет вот этого вот обращения?
Well,
Кажется, надо было его оставить все как есть, потому что, будучи вампиром, он будет пить кровь. А он же не такой, как та наша леди рыжеволосая.
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reed.
Did you see?
No. I was coming back to the shelter from work when I heard an awful scream, and there was this man, dead, just in front of the building.
You saw nothing at all?
No, I told you, just that
A woman scream?
Of course. It was terrifying. I thought it was my sister, so I ran. But it was a man I've never seen round here before.
Goodbye, Miss.
Женский крик, но это был мужчина. Подозрительно. Где-то тут убежище, да? совершенно противоположную сторону. И малая доза чистой крови, из которой можно создать сыворотку регенерации для вампира. Отлично. Я хочу усилить нашу дубинку. Угу. Так, добавлять, когда оружие наносит урон. 4 уже не идет, да? Да, расход выносливости меньше. Так, что тут у нас еще? Нет, касается, ладно. Я еще использую меч. Почему-то он у меня не активен. А, потому что он первого уровня, да? Да. Ну, в смысле, я думал, активное оружие отличается светом. Ну, ладно. Так, что тут у нас еще? Шайм. О. Так, 6000 опыта. Офигеть. Увеличить скорость восстановления здоровья, но уменьшайте объем единовременно восполняемого здоровья. Сколько это стоит? 2000. Взгляд наносит больше урона. Тени собираются в небольшой области, после чего теневые иглы поражают все цели, находящиеся в ней, и вызывают у них кровотечение. Кровь, которую при этом теряют противники, поглощает вампир. Вот это очень классно. Это я... Блин. Ну, это очень дорого! Так, выносливость. Я бы поднял выносливость. Точно. Нет. И здоровье, да? Так, ладно. Пока что коммитим так. Хотя можно это еще прокачать. Коммитим. Портрет печального святого. Если вам довелось жить неподалеку от порта Ист-Энда, вы наверняка знаете Шона Хэмптона. А если нет, то уж точно слышали о нем. Его имя стало звучать по всей столице, и этот символ нашей надежды. Шон – тот самый скромный учредитель убежища Хэмптона, плода его собственного ручного труда и убеждений. Здание заброшенного склада было милостиво пожертвовано семьей Доусонов, а затем отреставрировано, превратившись в самую известную ночлежку Лондона. Нищим и голодным всегда рады под этой крышей, и для них Шон не жалеет ни еды, ни ухода, ни молитв. История жизни Хэмптона трагична, но никакие тяготы не сломили его и не повредили его искреннюю веру в Господа. Быть может, Господь благословил этого верующего за все его муки и бедность таким острым чувством сострадания. Ой, бла-бла-бла. Его любовь к ближним известна всему порту. Редкий человек не видел, как Шон проливает слезы над калекой, сироткой или больной матерью. Так он и получил свое прозвище «Печальный святой из Ист-Энда». Дело Шона Хэмптона продолжают его приверженцы, и ночлежка каждую ночь готова накормить и приютить, несмотря на то, что печального святого поразил загадочный недуг, из-за которого он много отдыхает и больше не преломляет хлеб со своей паствой. Вдумайтесь, в то время как в одних кварталах Лондона при звуке кашля люди стремятся немедленно исчезнуть, другие готовы есть и спать бок о бок в убежище Хэмптона, в самом безопасном месте в порту Ист-Энда. И пусть здание выглядит грязноватым, запах его поразит иного аристократа. Но здесь живут надежда и любовь. Смертность же держится на стабильно низком уровне. Не все так плохо. Ладненько, всем спасибо, что смотрели. Стрим заканчиваю. Всем пока-пока.